Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back for another video, and today we got a pair of 1992 Olympic 7s. Very familiar shoe. A lot of you guys love this shoe. Let's take a closer look at these and see what we have to do. With these 1992 Olympic 7s, the midsoles are pretty much hollow. The outline is EVA foam or Phylon, and that's the same with all 90s Jordan 7s, and the insides are polyurethane. That's what you see here. Sort of looks like cotton candy Dippin' Dots almost is what comes to my mind. But later on in the video, we're going to be replacing that polyurethane air unit with EVA foam, essentially the same material that these midsoles were made from. This is never going to crack, crumble, break ever on the client. It is literally everlasting, and it feels like a memory foam almost, so it's really comfortable to walk in as well. Let me know in the comments if this was your first time seeing a pair of Jordan 7 Olympics being taken apart. Okay, so for the prep work on this project for these Jordan 7s from 1992, we don't have to do anything crazy. This is going to be a very straightforward video. It's going to honestly be probably a shorter video. Maybe it'll be a little long. I don't know. We'll see. But for the prep work, all I'm using is acetone and cotton balls because there's nothing to skive off. Everything is leather all the way around. And it's from 1992, so this glue is very dried and weak. It'll easily come off with acetone and cotton balls. Same thing with these midsoles right here. We have a bunch of dried glue. I will be using my heat gun and scraper tool, now that I think about it, to remove some of the heavier glue before I go in with acetone and cotton balls. That way it makes my life a little easier. And then lastly, the soles. Heat gun and scraper tool to remove all the big chunks, and then acetone and cotton balls to clean everything up. So let's go ahead and do that. Once that's done, we are going to apply the glue to everything, let it cure, and then we're gonna have to trace out new air units for these midsoles. So let's do this. It's gonna be a great project. Let's do it. All right, let's mask you guys up along with myself because we're working with this old polyurethane and high temperature heat. Heat gun is at max temp. I'm gonna really work that heat into these soles and get it nice and toasty for my scraper tool, and literally just try to remove as much of that old crumbled polyurethane as I can before we go in and clean them out with cotton balls and acetone. And the same thing for the midsoles. We will be repeating that process. I always love doing the Jordan 7 midsoles because it's really satisfying to scrape off that old glue. It comes off super easy. And as a restorer, when glue comes off like a piece of cake, that is the best thing ever. By the way, the lighting is something I'm still working on, so hang in there with me. It will improve as the videos go on and I upload more. Uploads are weekly too, do not forget. So subscribe, turn on post notifications. I'm uploading a video once every week. I'm gonna try to do 2, but we gotta work our way up to that because I am very busy, always working on orders, always trying to make people as happy as possible. So I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Now for the last part of, well, the second last step of the prep with using the scraper tool, we're gonna work the uppers. Remove not only the excess polyurethane glue, but also the glue lines that show. And when you guys see the final results at the end of the video, you're gonna see some of the glue actually stained the upper leather yellow. I removed it all as best as I could, but it just didn't want to come out fully, and the client was totally okay with it and understood. But I had a lot of people who were like, hey, you didn't remove the glue lines when I posted the reel for these or for the YouTube short, which is not a big deal. I mean, I don't care, but I'd like to just disclose that as I'm working on these here to you guys, that we tried to remove it as best as we could. Client was okay with it though. So now right here, like I said, we are using acetone and cotton balls to just clean out any excess glue or crumbled polyurethane that is left over that the scraper tool couldn't get out fully, just to make sure these are squeaky clean, ready for the glue. No lazy prep work over here. Prep work is arguably the most important step in what I do. So I always want to make sure that my utmost attention, care, and effort is given when prepping the shoes. Alright, so we've got everything prepped up. The uppers, the soles, the midsoles. It's very straightforward and easy, just like I said it would be. Acetone cotton balls, heat gun scraper tool, help me do the job. Now we can move on to applying the glue to the uppers, midsoles, and soles. Then let it cure and bond everything back together. But when I'm bonding everything back together, we're going to start with the soles and midsoles and fill in that air unit with EVA foam. We're going to trace it out, make it look nice and comfortable, will feel comfortable for the client, and then bond the uppers on and take a look at how everything turned out. Let's go ahead and apply this glue. Oh, to apply the glue, I am going to be using Barge Super Stick Cement along with a flathead paintbrush. Nothing crazy. And I'm so let's get into it. If you guys are enjoying the video so far, be sure to subscribe and drop a like. If you guys need your shoes restored, send me an email at restorekicks1@gmail.com, a text message 716-750-2085, or an Instagram DM at _restorekicks. Send me photos of your shoes first, and I would love to get on a phone call with you and discuss what we need to do. Looking forward to helping anyone who needs their shoes restored. My name is Marcus. Let's do it. Now is the fun part. We've applied the glue, we've let it cure. Now it's time to bond these together. And apologies for the poor angles. Like I said, in the upcoming videos, it will get better. We're working on improving that. For my heat gun temperature, when I'm reactivating the glue, it's at about a medium temp. I don't have an exact temperature I go by because over time, I've just got accustomed to knowing what's too much heat, too little, and just right. If you are new to this though, and you want to be more precise, you can always check the can of Barge Super Stick Cement. It lists the recommended heat range, activation for the glue to stick, and you can also pick up an infrared laser temperature gun, and I'll pop it up on the screen to make sure you're heating the glue to the right temp before you're bonding the parts together. Once everything's evenly heated, I press the pieces firmly, let the bond set, and that's where the magic happens because this is contact cement. And just look at how seamless these soles to the midsoles came out. I love it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Now that we've got that done, we can go ahead and make these custom fit EVA air units. First, I'm using masking tape just to lay down inside the air unit and trace out around. That way I can take the tape out, place it on the EVA foam, then cut it out. Normally, I would have like one thick piece of tape or two thick pieces of tape, but I ran out of thick tape, so we're using this skinny masking tape. But it is easier if you use thick tape here. It's a little pro tip and trick. You see here though, I am tracing that what is going to be a custom EVA air unit. We're going to take out that tape carefully and transfer it over onto the EVA foam. The size of the EVA foam I use is 4 millimeters. Now you can find some that are 1 millimeter, 2 millimeter. I just found that 4 millimeters works as a general size that most air units already are. So it ends up working well. And if I need to stack one or two like I do here towards the heel, I'm going to do that and it'll be just as comfortable. Now, after installing that EVA foam, last but certainly not least, we're going to bond the uppers onto everything and finish off this project. I'm going to start with the heel, then go to the toe, and then work my way through the sides of the shoe. This is just going to ensure we get the perfect alignment and fitment and minimize our chances of error while regluing these. Alright, just like that, these are back together. This was a cool restoration. I always enjoy working on the original 7s, only because the midsoles are different than the other version, well, the retros, because there's only one version of the original. Well, actually, there's different versions of the original, but the Olympics, I've only worked on the Olympics, so I'm not sure if the other ones, the midsole is like that too. I have another pair of original Brado 7s, I think is what they're called, downstairs, but I don't think the midsoles are hollow like these are. But this was a fun project. I remember the first pair I worked on, I was a little intimidated because I had never done something like this before. This time, piece of cake. You know, I was super confident. These came out great. They look great. They're ready to be worn. I know this client's going to be happy. This is probably number like 14 on shoes he sent me, so he's got a pretty big collection. I'm sure he's got some more he wants to send out, so maybe we'll make this a part 1 out of whatever on his collection. But let's take a look at the befores, then the afters, and we'll catch you guys in the next video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy the video, please subscribe. Helps me out. Let's grow this channel, grow the community together. Drop any questions you guys have below in the comments. I'll be sure to answer them. Any constructive criticism you have for me, like on the video itself, just, you know, flow-wise or whatever, I don't know, let me know. And I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day.